Alright guys, thanks for coming back. My name is US Agent 27 and I'm from the MUCollectorClub.com forums. I'm back today with another DC review. Not necessarily a DC Universe Classics review, but a DC related figure, if you will. Instead of doing a new intro for these, I just decided to throw everything underneath DC Universe Classics. To me, they're all the same. I know people will probably argue about that, but that's fine. So today we're going to take a look at Penguin. Penguin comes to us from the new Batman Unlimited subline, not subline, but Batman Unlimited line, which is kind of taking the place, my understanding is taking the place of the DC Universe Classics. These have been showing up in comic shops. Unfortunately, they haven't shown up in any of my comic book shops. You can get them on like Amazon or eBay. I got mine on eBay. And they're a pretty cool line. In the line, and we'll take a look at packaging. Now, this is something I normally don't do. I normally don't do packaging in my reviews. So if you guys want to see that on a regular basis, let me know. Leave me a comment if you want to see packaging. Packaging isn't in the greatest shape because I did rip it open. But here's the packaging. Very nice. On the bottom, it's got the Penguin. Has some nice artwork, old-fashioned artwork of the Penguin. At the top, we have the Batman Unlimited. And then on the back, we can see the other figures in the wave. We've got Batgirl, which I do definitely want to pick up. And we have Batman. Now, the Batman is actually a repaint of the new 52 Batman that came out in the All-Star line that they put out after Wave 20. And my understanding is that the Batman, some people like the shiny paint on him. I personally don't. I like the new 52 Batman that they put out. I think he looks great. So I'm probably not going to pick him up. There are a bunch of reviewers out there that have picked him up, so if you're looking for a review of that, go check them out. But basically, it's the same exact figure as the new 52 Batman. If you guys really want to see a review of that figure, I do have it, and I can review it. Just, leave me a comment, let me know. On the back, we got some more artwork for the Penguin. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to go down. With his famous umbrella. The Batman Unlimited line. So, really cool box. I do like the boxes on these. This is the third figure I've picked up out of this set. The other ones I've gotten have been, I've gotten the Flash out of the DC Unlimited line, which is actually just like the Batman Unlimited. And I've also gotten the Hawkman. Now, unfortunately, my Hawkman has had nothing but problems. And I'm just going to talk about this real quick, and then we'll get on to Mr. Penguin here. But the first one I got had a bunch of glue on his emblem, and I kind of showed that off in one of my previous videos. So I ordered another one, and the second one I got, they didn't even bother to paint the emblem. So that one got sent back, and I ordered a third one. So I'm hoping a third time's a charm. We'll see. But anyway, let's go on to the Penguin. So first, let's talk about his accessories he comes with. He does come with his umbrella, and the top does spin. It's a very nice umbrella. It has like rivets on the top. I have a little bit of paint goop right there. I can live with that. Nice brown handle. And he does come with this other, almost like a gun piece that clips into it. Now, me personally, so it looks like that. So he's kind of got like a gun. I'm not going to pose him with this. I don't like the look of it. I think it makes the umbrella look, the handle going up into the umbrella, it makes it look too short. So I usually take that off, but if you want, you could pose him with it. So he's kind of got like an umbrella gun, if you will. Let's see if I can get it in his hand real quick, just so I can kind of show you what they were kind of going for. I don't know. I don't really care for it, so I usually just take that off and I set that aside. Maybe I'll use it as a fodder piece for a custom or something like that, but I don't really use that. The umbrella is nice. I wish this part was a little bit longer. And looking at it, I probably could finagle something and make this longer, but I'm not really going to worry about it. It does sit in his hand pretty well. Now, it will go in his hand, but it does tend to slide down a little bit, like that. So, and his hands are kind of loose. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat them up and kind of reposition them a little bit and hit them with some cold water just to reset them. But I think it looks pretty cool. I think, Penguin looks really cool like that. I think it reminds me of the comics. So that looks cool. Take that out. So let's have a look at the figure. This is going to be a shorter review on Penguin because honestly there's not a lot to him. He's a short figure, number one. He does have articulation. We're going to kind of go over all that, but let's look at his sculpt first. Now, there was another Penguin that was issued in, I want to say the third series or first series. I think it was the first series of DC Universe Classics, where he had a more modern outfit, more menacing outfit. For me, I prefer this Penguin because this is like the Superpowers Penguin I got as a kid, and his face sculpt is how he was drawn in a lot of the comics I read as a kid. So for me, this is a great Penguin. I like how they did the big nose on him, the squinty eye. The only thing he's missing is like a cigar in the corner of his mouth. He's got a silver bow tie here, like a white suit and a white or a yellow undershirt or cummerbund or whatever you call that thing. A nice blue coat, and then the purple pants, and then the blue shoes, and the white gloves. I mean, and his hat looks great too. I mean, this is the Penguin that I remember. Just to give you guys another look at the figure. So as far as sculpt, I think that they nailed it. I know that they reused most of this, except for maybe, I think the head is new. I think the rest of it is the same exact Penguin that we got before. So sculpt, definitely I give it like a perfect 10. I mean, it has a great character likeness, and that's really all you want from sculpt. So let's talk about articulation. Let's start with his head. It goes all the way around. It can look down quite a bit. It can't look up too far. It's hindered, but it does go up quite a bit. And you can kind of get him, looking off to the side like, how you doing? Alright, so that works out well. His arms will go up all the way. They will spin all the way around. He has a cut right there, like almost mid bicep, if you would. He has a bend at the elbow, a single bend, no double joint. And then he has a spin at the wrist. And this hand is molded kind of open, so he's kind of like, oh, there we go. Hey, what are you doing? The other arm is exactly the same, again, bend. This hand is kind of molded shut. Like I said, that's for his umbrella. And you see how it's kind of at an arch like that? I don't really like that. I don't know if that's what they meant to do, or if it's just the way the plastic's set on mine. But it works, you can kind of get him in a nice pose. Just kind of have him like kind of holding his jacket a little bit, and have him standing. So you can pose him pretty well with his arms like that. There is no ab joint or anything like that. I don't think he does have a waist swivel. I stand corrected. He has a waist swivel. His legs are not the typical DC UC legs that we normally see, so let's see how they work. They go up about that far, so not very far. Not that you really want this guy to go up that far. They go back quite a bit. When they go back, you're left with that little gap right there. I don't really like that. Okay. Single bend at the knee, and then the foot goes back and forth. And it is hindered by the little pant leg right there. So overall, not too bad on articulation, and they don't really go out. So you're not going to get Penguin in like a running pose or a leaping pose or anything like that, but you can get him in a nice pose where he's just standing kind of holding his umbrella and overseeing his minions, and or his Penguin henchmen, or his other, or he's talking with the Riddler or Joker about what they're going to do to Batman next. You can get him in a nice pose. Of course, I'm having trouble now. There we go. That's good enough. So anyway, Penguin is a great figure. Highly recommended. I got mine on eBay for $14.95 shipped. If you watched my haul video, you know why I got it for that cheap. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. And this has been another review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see reviews on anything else, let me know in the comments. I enjoy the comments. I try to respond to every single one that you guys leave me. If I don't respond, it's just because I haven't seen it yet. I will respond at some point to every single one. And I hope you guys are enjoying the other videos. We've had a couple other members posting videos. Go check out Evil Animations Ninja Turtle reviews. Check out the DMC's comic book poll list. He needs to do another one. We need to tell him that. You can check out my haul videos, my reviews. And yeah, I think Lord Marvel even posted a video when their channel first started. Go check it out. You know, there's a bunch of great stuff out here, and I hope you guys come check us out on the forums too. Again, we're at www.mucollectorclub.com, and I hope you come back for the next review. Thanks.